Good morning, South Anchorage High School, and anyone else out there watching in the great wide world. It is March 17th, 2020. It is, in fact, St. Patty's Day, but as we all know, St. Patty's Day celebrations probably aren't happening how we felt they normally would. Getting to that and getting to some questions I've already had come in, folks out there want to know what's going on, and I think that's a normal kind of response to everything that's going on. You know what? Not all the answers are out there yet, but most questions can be answered in one way or another. So we're going to be here every Tuesday and every Thursday, and I say we because I feel like I'm 8 people right now. First off, I need you all to know that teachers are here. They're either working here in the building or they're working from home. Also trying to figure out a little bit of what we can do to best serve you to make sure your needs and your classes have been met, and so that you don't die from boredom. We're putting some stuff together also that just could be a little bit of fun. First off, stuff that I know. You can get into the school tomorrow, Wednesday, during the day, and you have to come to the front door. You got to go through the whole buzzer moment. They're going to bring people in one at a time, get to your lockers, get what you need out of your lockers. I'm not completely sure on what's going to happen if you have stuff in classrooms or other areas of the school, but for now I know that you'll be able to get to your locker, get the things that you need to get them home to work on those. That's kind of developing. More information is going to come out on the Instagram for @TheDen. We have a couple students that are monitoring that kind of space right now. So if you're not already on there, go ahead and check them out, and they're going to be putting information out as they get it. Speaking of information, information has been going out to parents via email from Dr. Allman. He sent a lot of stuff out. Make sure your parents are checking their email. Maybe they haven't used that same email for a few years, so if they forgot the password or if they've changed it to something else, make sure you get on that Instagram and get to the Den. Make sure you can get the information that I'll be sending out to those social media folks, and they'll get it out to you. Calls are going out today, probably starting any time now, and they're going to be going out today and tomorrow. And in those calls, we're going to be asking your parents some questions. Those questions help us figure out what's going to happen and how you are going to be served as students over the next however long this happens. So make sure your parents are ready for that phone call. Let them know. Say, hey, the school's going to call you. Sometime it won't even come from a school number, but they need to be picking up the phone today and be answering some questions. We're going to find out what kind of data plan you have at the house. Can you handle getting some of your classes online at home? Do you have a device? If you're watching this right now, the answer to that question is probably yes. So that's going to be fantastic. While I'm here answering questions that have already come into me, I should let you know that if you are watching at home, it would be a good idea at this point to subscribe and to get the notification so that when we go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays to get out information to you guys, you're ready for that information. This is going to be a good platform to get that. Also, while we are live, which we are right now, there is a chat window. So if you do have some questions, make sure you're not asking anything real personal or specific. I don't know if you're going to be able to ask someone out for prom. I don't know if prom ask-outs can happen, in the city or anything like that. So I'm not going to be able to answer that. Yes. By the way, when things get serious in my world, I joke. Don't take it personally. So we are in there, and make sure you're sharing that link out for people that you think might have questions. We will be live again Thursday about this time. It's 9:08 right now. I will start the stream at 9 a.m. on Thursday as close to it as I can. So if you think of some questions between today and then, please write them down. Be on the stream. Be ready to ask those questions in the chat. We got all kinds of people working on that to help you out. Some of the questions that are going to be asked in that phone call today or tomorrow to your parents, again, do you have a device that you can access curriculum on? Do you have internet at home or access to internet? Because if the answers are no to some of those things, we're going to try everything we can do to get that stuff to you. Now, big question that came in is, will we be online the rest of the quarter, semester, stuff like that? So first question I answered, tomorrow you can get to the school and you can get into the building via the front door, get buzzed in, they will take you to your locker to get your stuff. The second question about online is, we don't really know. The governor has stated that no one can go back to school at least through March 30th. So all schools in the state are closed right now. This week's a free week. It's literally for you guys an extension of spring break. So don't get out there and enjoy yourself. Close yourself up. Stay away from people. Wash your hands. And a lot of Netflix, a lot of movies. But remember also that you guys, this is your chance as a generation to kind of show people what you're made of, right? I mean, what are you? I mean, everyone's been complaining forever that your face is in a phone, but now you're going to be socially connected, where a lot of people who refuse to be are going to start to feel a little bit lonely. You live with your family, you're close to them already, so you don't have to keep a distance from those people living in your house. Get some board games. If you got little brothers and sisters and you got parents and stuff, I can tell you right now, your folks are going to go nutso with all of you in the house away from school. So do what you can to keep those kids entertained. Get out all the blankets and towels and make a fort, and have a little fun in the house. And, you stay in your yard and play in your yard, things like that if you have a yard. And just kind of stay away from large groups of people or small groups of people, and keep those little ones entertained if you got them there at home. I am going to be looking over here at this screen, see if we got anything coming in. Also, thank goodness we got our folks from the video program at home kind of monitoring me, because with everything going on in here, I forgot to hook up the doll. If you don't know that reference, it's a great film called Weird Science. Since you're going to be spending a lot of time with family over the next few weeks, I'd suggest you ask them if you guys can watch that movie and understand what it means not to hook up the doll. You can take that into all of your learning throughout high school, as there's always that one little thing you forget. You can now see this at wolverineden.org, and we will make sure we continue to put the streams at wolverineden.org so that you don't have to remember all these fun little URLs. Looking back over here, I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. Only got 5 of you watching today, and that's totally fine. Make sure when you're done, you send this link out to folks that you know, get this spread out a bit, and let people know that we will be live Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we will be answering those questions that you have. Again, about the quarter, this week's your extended spring break. Enjoy it. Hey, it's not often that someone says to you, take another week off. But next week, kind of what our goal is as a district, and what we've kind of been told, is that we as teachers are going to be putting together something supplemental for you. Because, yes, it's cool, school's out, but it's also a big part of your day every day. I mean, we're talking about hours of your time, and if some of you have jobs, it could be that the jobs you do work, if you're in the food and service industry, aren't there right now. So you might not have somewhere else to be, and you might start to get a little bit bored. So teachers right now are working hard trying to put together what's called supplementary material ready for you. If you're in my classes, you're going to have a blast, because it's going to be a whole lot of watching movies and giving me some updates and some critiques on them. And then if you're in my applied tech classes, I'm putting together all kinds of what can you build that does not explode from stuff at home. And you get to kind of maybe play with some of that, give me some feedback on some of that stuff, and maybe find some stuff around home to put together and share online via Canvas. Other teachers are putting some fun stuff together. Here's the cool part. This is something that you can have fun with to keep you busy. Mine's going to be really focused on ways to kill time and enjoy yourself while we're in this kind of separate space. But you don't actually these aren't going to affect your grades in a positive or a negative manner. So if you guys just take a look at that as that goes on, some of your other teachers are putting stuff together too. Even Mr. Fandel came to me today. He's like, how do I get stuff to my students? And this is a guy who you tell him to turn on the on button, he's going to get a little confused. So he's working hard too, trying to figure some stuff out. I'm going to sign off here in just a minute. As far as the rest of the quarter, I don't have an answer for you. Basically, we have to see how things play out over the next few days. And some of you might think this stuff is pretty serious. Some of you might not. From the perspective of a large institution like ASD or a big school, we're a place where if one person gets sick in a space like this, it could pass on to a lot of people. So, it's kind of a good idea that things are kind of separated out a little bit so that we can get a hold on how we're going to deal with some of this stuff before it gets rampant. We do have 2 confirmed cases up in Fairbanks, 1 confirmed case here in Anchorage that have been found so far. So far, that might be a good idea. If we didn't have 1 person come in after spring break in just this school with 1,100 people riding 17 different buses, going to 8 different jobs, that can spread pretty quickly, and we don't want to get that Even though it might not hurt, us in the building all that much, we don't want to get that stuff around people that might be susceptible. So we're going to take it easy and be smart about all of this. As we get information, as we know about your classes, I will get that out to you, and you'll get it in emails from Dr. Allman. So I'm going to sign off. I've talked long enough. Nobody cares about what I have to say anyway. So we're going to move on. Thank you for tuning in, all 5 of you. It was amazing. Remember, I'll be back Thursday. Let's let people know that they can get those questions to us, and we'll answer them as best we can. Take care of yourselves out there. Wash your hands. Tell your family you love them, and help your parents out by picking up some extra chores. And if you got little ones at the house, keep them entertained, because they're going to drive your parents bonkers. All right. Remember, wash your hands and keep your claws sharp. Wolverines.